Alice? Alice?
Stephen King once wrote that nightmares exist outside of logic. And there's little fun to be had in explanations. They're antithetical to the poetry of fear. In a horror story, the victim keeps asking why. The unanswered mystery is what stays with us the longest. And is what we'll remember in the end. My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer.
It's not a lake. It's an ocean.
Crud. I forgot to put chapter 2. I forgot to put chapters in there in the intro. I forgot I had to make a new intro. Dang it. Well, shoot. Whatever. Let's just continue. Playing Alan Wake again. I think it'll give us the last time. I don't even think I have to recap.
Name's Randolph.
Or not.
I'm the manager.
We're looking for
Wife
Rose.
got taken by the
Works as a
ocean. That's
waitress
all.
down at the
That's all
diner.
that happened.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and
That's great,
this,
Barry. Have you seen any
most of this
thermoses
stuff
around
takes place
here?
around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into
Sounds
diving,
like
so much
freaking
so
House
that
of
the place
Leaves.
came to be called
Man,
Diving
after starting to
Island.
read House
But
of
the
Leaves, everything
volcano
sounds like
under the
House of
lake
Leaves.
erupted
Thermos.
in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Yeah, how about that? It was
Gimme.
there in the morning, as if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers.
Oh. Oh. I was like, what is he talking about? I was so concerned about my thermos that I didn't even... Oh, Yeah, that's deeply concerning. Okay, so this is like 100%... Anybody can see the things that are happening in this town. Is it just like everybody's just... Is it horror movie logic where everybody's just sort of like, yeah, weird things are happening all over the place, but we're just gonna sit here and not care about it? Oh. Should put photo sensitivity warning. Again, I gotta do that. Hold on, I forgot because... Not that... Because the game doesn't have anything that would be like photo sensitivity alarming. It's just this port. Can I even fit that in the title? Can I put flashing lights? Flashing light. Lights. People get that right. I put it in the description too. Yeah, something about the port is just the graphical glitches are wacky. I'm gonna put this in, this one in, done. I'll go down here, we're gonna add, meant to do this, forgot that this was something I had to do before. Boop. And do these. I think that's good. I think that's good. Neat. There we go.
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook store. The Scratchin' Hag. Comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway,
The Scratchin'
Al,
Hag
I'm
sounds
just
like
getting to the
something
best
Bloomhouse
part.
would produce.
All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met. Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
You know, somebody pointed out, I don't remember what I was watching, but somebody pointed out, like, why do they always make the quest NPCs move slower than your character's walking speed? I'm not even running. I can't run right now. This is just my normal base speed. They should have had me move at a snail's pace for this.
This here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just
She has a thermos in there. That's what I want. Hey, Barry, you could have made that sound, like, less concerning.
Welcome to... Oh dear. Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please, come in.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al? Al, what's... Oh...
Barry!
Oh, I don't remember this. Oh, this is how it becomes nighttime. I do remember this. was
coming
actually
to you.
kind of
Hiding
creepy.
in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to
Yeah.
stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
Ooh, that shot is awful. Genuinely actually creepy. I'll give it that. I forgot that's how it became nighttime.
Hungover. Only
That's
anger
good.
kept me going.
Oh,
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an
good
imaginary
heavens.
editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jacker. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
do you not normally write horror stories? I thought he wrote like crime thrillers and stuff, huh? Well, these all him? These can't all be him. I guess they could be. Some people are definitely more about quantity. Oh, no, all of his. I forgot. All of his look like titles. Alex Casey. The Things That I Want. The Fall of Casey. Oh, does he just write like a crime serial about one dude? What I Can't Forget and Return to Sender. So hold on, I thought that it's funny because Barry just went over that information about a writer who disappeared here, Thomas Zane, and his girlfriend Barbara, but I thought they revealed who the old lady in the funeral garb was, and the scuba diver man. I thought they revealed that way later in the game, but the moment they literally reveal it right after Barry tells you that. They flat out on the TV, Alan's like, "Oh yeah, I have an editor helping me, some old woman named Barbara," and he full names her, first and last name. And the other dude said, it's running around in my Barbara's skin.
I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road.
Nope, just need that. Hey,
Welcome
Rose.
to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar.
Yeah, that's
on
pretty
the
screwed
counter
up.
there.
It's also
Would you like to
sad. I
hear
mean,
today's
honestly, this is way
specials?
nicer than I thought. When they said
Thank
trailer
you.
park, I was thinking literal,
nice day.
the trailer
back soon.
sized living quarters. But this is actually way
Barry was at
nicer.
It. He was way too heavy to
Why
carry.
can't I just walk through here? Why do I have to walk on top of the table?
Right.
Barry.
Deserve more money. I'm so handsome.
My sleep insomnia can't keep me down. Not even pills can
My
stop
gun
me.
and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste.
Do I have to bring the car to him?
Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble.
Fair.
And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
How the heck does he know what a bedtime is? I'm surprised he didn't stick around if he was that concerned. But again, he said it was none of his business, so I guess give a lady her privacy, I suppose. I do feel bad for Rose, because there's nothing wrong with this kind of like living. Honestly, she had a really nice place. It's a lot nicer than I thought, than it sounded like it was going to be. It's only sad in the context of her wanting to have accomplished way more. Like being, I think it even said she had like aspirations of becoming an actress or whatever.
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here talking to you and not home in bed. Once the weather takes a turn like this, I can't sleep at all. It's all tangled bed sheets and dark thoughts, punctuated by the occasional plunge into nightmare. Is it just me? Well, perhaps it is. But I hope I can make the night a little bit easier to get through. Caller, you're on KBF FM.
Hey, Pat, it's Walt Snyder.
What's on your mind, Walt?
Well, I am the way you are, but, well, I can't sleep either, you know? I just been staring out the window here, trying to make sense of it all, but, I ain't been drinking either, you know?
Well, you sound like a man with a problem, Walt.
I had argument with Danny, and, then I got in trouble with the law, and, I'm just, well...
I heard something like that, Walt.
Yeah, well, Danny's my best friend, and, they let me on bail today, and now I'm just alone here at the window, waiting. Man, and there's something in the air tonight, man.
I was just outside looking up at the sky above our broadcast tower thinking the same thing. What are you waiting for, Walt?
I don't know. Something's gonna happen. I think I better go.
Well, Walt, maybe...
No, thanks, Pat.
Well, good luck to you, Walt. Hang in there. Let's take a little break, folks. This weather's really something else, huh?
How can I be sure?
Good heavens. That was terrible. I would hate to be a radio host and get that kind of call. Jeez. Like, deeply concerning. Also, there's just, like, the level of, like, why am I the person you are talking to about this? Oh, hey, this guy's just here.
Oh, you're gonna get it now.
Oi. What?
God
What did I do?
knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI. Get him
Oh,
up,
this
Hemingway.
guy.
You're under
Holy
arrest.
crud.
You move
Hemingway.
a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face. Stay right where you are, Spillane.
Wait, why did they immediately start shooting at me?
Right here, you goddamn maniac.
I like how we've been reading about...
But there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Oh, crud. We've been reading about Nightingale way before we even... I mean, we didn't even say 2 words to that guy. Hey, you guys don't have any thermoses, do you? There's not a thermos back that I gotta grab, is there? Nah, they'll probably just shoot me in the head. Why'd they immediately start shooting? I was unarmed. That's the freaking cops. I don't know. I guess what do you want?
There he is! There he goes!
Well, no. No, chill out.
Okay, man. Keep your eyes peeled. He's gonna try to make it through here.
Whoa.
Oh, damn.
Oh! I got actually shot. Wait, no, chill out. Chill out. I don't understand. I thought you were just looking for me. Why don't you just arrest me? I'm an unarmed man sprinting through the woods. There's like 20 of you. Oh, your health actually does tick back. It's just very slow unless you're in the light. Ooh. Reading material.
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
Oh wow, they're just full on giving it to us. I thought this was like information for way later. That's interesting though. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back into. All the two retired rock stars are like in the asylum right now. Well, not asylum, sorry, freaking no, it's for artists, for struggling artists, not an asylum. Totally not. Oh. Oh. Alright, I didn't do it. You guys, you can't blame me for that one. That's what I'm saying. What do you mean? What do you mean fugitive? I didn't do anything. Well, I mean, well, it does really look like I murdered my wife. That's pretty bad, actually.
Rose didn't know how the strange old lady got in her trailer, and she looked wrong somehow. The woman showed her teeth in an approximation of a smile and traced a finger down Rose's cheek. Pretty girl, she said. Rose felt as if she was falling asleep, but her knees didn't buckle. The crone spoke in a whisper, her words ice cold and dark in Rose's ear.
Poor Rose. Rose deserved better than that. It's crazy how quickly they will introduce a character and then just have the worst thing happen to them. They are, you know, used much like characters in a story. They all serve a function, and it's usually not a good one.
Search the area. Stay sharp. This way. Over here.
I guess it is. I guess the darkness is sort of protecting us in an effort to make sure that we don't get captured, because if we get captured, we can't finish the writing.
Everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
Because she's like, you mean the writer is taking out all of my deputies flipping cars? Have you seen him? He wears a tweed jacket with elbow pads. No, I'm a menace. I'm a menace to society. I can't be stopped. I'm glad everybody thinks about... I'm glad she thinks of Alan as much as I do. Hey, gang, let's... calm down.
You on the ground. Hold it right there. There's nowhere to run.
You're just shooting at me. Oh, crap. This is getting pretty serious. Jeez. Okay, but I can't be blamed for that either. I don't know how you're gonna say, oh yeah, he took out a helicopter. Come on, guys. Nothing else to look at, I don't think. I think just the fact that a bunch of crows took out a helicopter. Which is pretty bad.
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over.
Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, what are you... Come on!
Sit down and give me that. Jane, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The Fed's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over. Oh yeah, I'll bet he does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
Rose is just acting plain weird. Very, I don't know, awkwardly nonchalant. It don't matter, who cares?
I imagine that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy.
Yeah.
Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine.
Evil.
Unnatural shadows climbed at the gate.
Ugh.
The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light.
Wait, so it's protecting me in one hand and then stopping me? Where the heck does it want me to go? Free thermos? What do you mean boost? This isn't how these things work. Flashlight? Hey, we're back in business. This game is pretty good at ramping up the tension, for sure. Being chased down by a bunch of police in some crazy whacked out FBI agent for no reason. Although, maybe not no reason. Because let's see.
Agent Nightingale didn't want to be in Bright Falls. These little communities revolted him, and he didn't like the trees or the coffee. He now knew that impossible horrors lurked behind the storefronts and smiles. He desperately wanted to turn the car around and just drive until he passed out or ran out of road and booze. But he had a job to do. He had a rider to catch, at any cost.
But why? Why at any cost? And then the missing ones must be straight up spoilers, since you have to beat the game first.
The flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Heck yeah.
Team 1, this is Sheriff Breaker. Report, over. Team 2, come in. I need a report, over. Come on, guys, talk to me. Come in, please, over.
Dang. Yeah, a lot of people dying. Well, I mean, at this point, I mean, it's such a small town, that has to be all of the deputies. Why wasn't she? I don't remember. Did something happen to her in this one? I feel like she would have been a good character to be the playable character in 2. Like, Sheriff looking for Alan. Although, I guess they wanted somebody who was, like, pretty removed. Nice. It's pretty nifty. Like how they find a way to give you grenades that make sense for what you're doing. Ooh, very good. That is, oh, that's a pit. Noted.
And here's another call. You're on KBFFM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
What's on your mind, Milt?
Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Well, that's just up the road from me, too. What's going on, do you know?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of police cars there, lots of sirens, a helicopter buzzing around, and I think I heard some gunshots.
Gunshots?
Yes, sir, like from a pistol. So can you find out what's going on? Because it's just next door, and they're popping off guns there.
They're still shooting?
No, it was maybe 10-15 minutes ago. It sounds serious, Pat. I'm telling you, it don't sound like no party.
Well, I'm certainly going to give the station a call, Milt.
Okay.
You'll hear it here as soon as I hear from them.
Okay, thanks.
I mean, it'd be a good party to some people, depending on who you are. If you like getting shot at. What? Who? What? Huh? Oi! Oh, it's all the deputies. It all makes sense now. Oh, Sound and Fury. Got an achievement for that.
Touched by the dark presence, Rose was lost in a dreamland where everything was drawn in black and gray crayons. The old lady had promised her that all her wishes would come true. She would be Alan Wake's muse. She was smiling so hard it hurt her face. She crushed a bottle full of sleeping pills into the coffee. Deep down inside, she was screaming in terror.
Well, that's awful. I'm not... guess I'm not a fan of that, I would say. Axelot, hi. Okay. I've got plenty of these. I need to use more of my stuff. I always hang on to things too much. Ow! Sweet. Alan, you gotta hit the gym, man. You can run for like 2 seconds. Ow. Stop it. You think I'm underrated? Well, thanks, dude. I feel like I am about average at most, but I appreciate that. Oi. Ugh. There we go. I can see. Had to extend the chat a little bit so I could see it easier. There we go. Broke your sound system. That's no good. I hope you can get that sorted. Oh. Oh no. I wasn't even worried about it. I was chilling the whole time.
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
Oh, hello, Lorna. What do you have for us?
No, wait, this is more important. Thermos. Coffee. Now I'm unstoppable. Hello?
Well, thank you very much for that
Sir?
compassionate viewpoint, Lorna. Oh,
Am I interrupting something?
The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in, folks. I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
How do you not know I'm a wanted man
My
right
name,
now?
Mr. Wake.
Oh.
Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hey, dude, if you gotta head out, no problem, man. You go do your thing. This will be up tomorrow, so you can watch it whenever, or not. That's totally fine, too.
Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale.
This guy walks with his gun out. It's crazy. Oi!
What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
I actually don't remember what Nightingale's deal is.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear
Why?
me? Be Lovecraft.
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine.
We didn't even get to talk to Maine. We like walked in, he like asked us, "What's up?" And we immediately started getting shot at.
Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
Ay, ay, ay. I mean, okay, you know, for all you cops out there, do I have to stop if you have been actively shooting at me? Like, it's understandable if I run at that point, right? Most people don't like the idea of getting shot, so, you know, don't really feel like I gotta stick around for that. Alright. Okay, now I can be a little conservative with the flashbangs. At this point, the sheriff has got to lock Nightingale up. Like, at this point, as an officer, if you see another officer acting like that, at what point do you decide, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to put you away too? Ooh, that was a waste. I didn't even have time to get directions for anything. Supposed to be going up? What the having resolved to try and find a vehicle from the train depot, Wake heads for it. That is an awkward way to for a game about a writer in his writing, that was an awkward way to put that sentence. Like that light is where it was supposed to go. Well, then what's up here? I swear, if it's just like... if it's just a thermos, I'm gonna laugh. I mean... at this point, I feel like I'm going off map. I don't... Did I backtrack? Is that what I did? No, there's no way. Is this not the radio tower? It's not. Oh, there's really something up here? Oh my gosh. You gotta go out of your way.
Danny had stepped out, but what stumbled back in was something else. Something alien. A monster. Walter tried to kill it, first with his fists, then a chair. It wouldn't die. Instead, it kept coming, unaffected by the beating it had taken. After Walter managed to kick it down the cellar stairs, fear took over. He ran, got behind the wheel, gunned the engine. The booze wouldn't make him forget, but he knew he had to try.
Some dude named Danny and Walter? We met a Danny and a Walter yet? I feel like we have. I don't... I can't believe they would put... they would actually put a collectible all the way up here. There wasn't even anything. There wasn't even fighting, or like a puzzle along the way. It was just I just ran up a hill, and now I gotta run all the way back down. Why? Stop. One sec. Cool. Oi. Getting mauled by birds. You know how slow that would be? Especially if they're just crows. If it was a flock of eagles, you'd be dead in seconds. Pretty sure eagles can freaking cut you in half or something. Okay. Not even worried about it.
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
Like a game designer. Crazy, Alan. Can't touch that. Whoa. Oh, why'd it have to be the slow thing? Oh. Alright. Okay, well, I thought the point of this thing was to help me during that, but, The heck? I didn't press the fire button. Is this the right way? Oh, I think I remember this level. I mean, to the extent that you can, considering it's all just forests for like 90% of the game. Oh, right way? These maps do feel oddly open. They feel like the, that Blair Witch game they made, not the... Oh, no, I'm thinking of Slender Man. That, like, Blair Witch game they made, like, a couple years back. The map was terrible, because you're just in the woods, and you can go anywhere. Anywhere you want at any time, and it's just big, open nothing for, like, miles and miles.
Sarah trusted her gut,
of map. It's
and
awful.
Her gut said Agent Nightingale was an asshole.
Yeah.
He felt wrong.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the smell of stale booze. It was in the way he flashed his badge, pulled rank, the look in his eyes when he wanted answers. Where was Alan Wake? What was this about an accident? Where was his wife? And most importantly, why did she let Wake go? He wouldn't answer her questions. Federal business was all he'd say.
I think he's a demon. In the dark old woman possession kind of way.
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan. Alan. I'm so afraid. Keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me.
Nah, that was somebody twisting some words there. I don't trust that.
The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again.
Oh yeah, they're gonna introduce the most amazing villain ever put in a video game, inanimate objects. Have you ever been afraid of getting attacked by pots and pans? You're in luck. Look no further. Hold on. There we go. I don't like being able to hear breathing though. I'm not a fan. There we go.
I could see a railway bridge up ahead, and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
Oh, this is the right way, huh? I thought this was secret. This is pretty good. I like this. Oi. The
darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
I'll be interested to see what kind of enemies they end up throwing at us in the sequel. You know what? That'll be a good time for this. Why not? Ow! I feel like that would do a lot more damage. And the hard thing about these kind of enemies is that they're large, so they're really hard to dodge, and you can't just shoot them, which is a shame. Oh, I didn't actually think that would do a thing, but that's like video game 101, so huh.
I slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me.
That's weird, this one's in first person? Oh no, they've all been in first person, when it was applicable, I guess. I don't know, it's weird, right? Because it's like first person
as a teenager,
when you're
just
with
starting to
Alan.
get interested in writing. Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
And now, I hate Stephen King, and I blame him. Oh yeah. Heavy duty flashlight. Think that just means it has more juice? Oh no. coffee. Oh, I can see what's gonna happen here. I just noticed all of the barrels. Oh no. Hear it. Okay. I guess we're good? I thought I'd have to use more of these. Oh, probably on the way out. Ow, what? That was just a cardboard box. A lot of bullets for one guy. I'm digging it. I'm back in it now. I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone with this game. That's good. In the light, you can hurt them. Like, barely. They can still hurt me. And I'm squishy, and I'm scared. Suppose this isn't a radio we can use? Please do not recycle. That's right, you heard it first, folks. Do not recycle ever again. There's another... Oh yeah. Alright. I'll take the opportunity to get up and stretch for a sec.
Covering a vast cosmos of madness and horror. All too often, the stars are right. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, a family occasion. Journalist Alvin Derleth's trip to study the local customs of an insular community in Night Springs has been less than successful. Until tonight.
Well, I'm glad you changed your minds about this. Ancient customs, local mythology. My editor loves this kind of stuff.
Well, Mr. Derleth, we don't want to feel like we're on exhibition, but you have demonstrated the seriousness of your intent.
Oh, I am serious. Really, just do your thing. I'll stay out of your way and observe.
Actually, I thought you could assist us. I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Could I really?
Of course, Mr. Derleth.
Well, I guess that's the least what would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss.
What did you...
Oh, Mr. Derleth, you have well pleased Nixie Perka, the dweller in flesh. Your body shall host his 1,000 young, and all shall be glory. Shh, darling, be calm. Shh.
Alvin Derleth learned a harsh lesson. If you go looking for mythology, it may come looking for you. And such quests always bear fruit. In Night Springs.
What the crud? That was the worst one yet. Well, cause like... Well, what was it? Like, the very first one kind of told a story. So, like obviously they're very sped up. They're like not even a minute long, I think. But that one was just straight up like, yeah, I want to research some stuff. All right, let me kiss you. Oh, wow, I'm getting kissed. Oh, I laid eggs in you. Oh, no. What? You're going to birth his 1,000 young. I hate that. They really... The ramp up on that one was insane. Oof, okay, sure. Sure. Sure thing. One moment. Crud, what was the second one? The first one was the guy who was like doing a class and showing them like, oh, I can make a separate timeline so I can always like fire this gun into my head and I'll never die or whatever. And then his thing got unplugged and he shot himself. What was the second one? I don't remember. You know, let me check, 'cause I'm curious. Oh, yeah. Right, it was Man in the Mirror. It was that one was weird. I'm not even sure if I fully understood that one, but a cop was like interrogating a guy, and the guy said, "Oh," and it basically was like, "Boo, I'm you." I was you the whole time, even though they didn't look anything like each other.
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
I know that scene because I used it in the intro. Ow, what? I just landed on some crates. Jeez. What I want to know is that page that basically like was Alan actively killing somebody. What was that all about? Oh, we got a boss fight. This thing's driving around like me driving any vehicle in this game. That was pretty easy. That wasn't too bad. I don't know why picking up a full thing of batteries, that's like at least, it's like 4 batteries right there. It only gave me 2. Also, batteries are small. How come I can only hold 20? What is going on? And more jeez, they're giving me a lot. Was that a car? Like a usable coffee. Sweet.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now. Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
Hey, but like, what about... Why did it even stop me outside of the car? Why didn't you take any of the...
Without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive. Today,
just, you know,
I would
just,
meet the kidnapper, and he would give
just
me
the call of
Alice.
the
I
abyss.
wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
His urge to monologue was too strong, even when careening off of a cliff. He just can't help but convey his inner thoughts. On that note, we are going to take a quick break, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll be right back here. Why didn't he take any of his... Why have I lost all my batteries and flashlights and guns again? Specifically the guns, if I'm going to go confront the kidnapper. It's messed up. Okay. All right. Let's do this. We're entering. What I'm drinking and driving. Got one more bottle of voodoo.
Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the dark presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
Well, maybe I am just crazy. Wait, I could just enter a different car? Why? How? I'll do it. I think that's funny. Oh, no. Oh, cry. What the heck? Very good at driving. Been doing it for a long time. No. Oh, this car is... Oh, no. Right. Right. That car, you know, I'm just gonna say, that car didn't feel good to drive. I'll say it. Oh, no. I thought I could just drive off the ledge. What if I get out? What happens? Okay, other car it is. So, Alan, are all the mountains glitching out in the distance? Is that also part of the story? Did they write that in? Or what? Holy crud. Okay, it's fine. Oh man, the traction on this thing, 0 traction. Not an off-road vehicle. That was a staircase up. Should I have gone up there? Whoa. Oh. Okay, we're good. We're good. I'll try this car. I don't know how I'm able to car hop so much. This isn't GTA, but whatever.
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF-FM. Folks,
Pat.
I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. I'm just glad that our sheriff was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
Is Dr. Nelson from the asylum? I like Maine. Maine's a good character. Nobody cares about me. Like I saw one look at that situation and was like, yeah, no, the guy sprinting away from the police is on the right. I took one look at the FBI and said, nope, no, you're not the good guy here. Hill, thanks for letting me know. And on your right, you can see mountain. Do they think that you'd be like running out of cars a lot? So well, I have been slamming into stuff left and right. So maybe. The truck was honestly the best.
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me, that's strange, because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you need to do a lot of looking, sure. But the idea that there's that one special person out there for you, and if you miss that chance, it's gone forever, and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing? Or, heck, childish even? There's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for everything, but what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't disagree with you exactly, but I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one. She was. And I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but, well, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then, there hasn't been anyone, not like her. And I'm not saying I dwell on her or haven't moved on. I like my life. I'm not living in the past, but I do miss the way she completed me.
You can't argue with the heart, Pat.
I'm sorry, folks. I had kind of a scary experience last night, and let's just say it's shaken a few things loose.
Oh man, Maine's breaking my heart. That was sad. Yeah, I mean, I think any number of people can be the one. You know, there's too many people out there in the world, right? I mean, there are people out there who could be on completely separate continents that could like fill a gap in your life in a perfect sort of way. You just would never know because the chances of you meeting them are like slim to none.
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now. For Mott, spying on the writer on the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Mott hadn't been impressed. He'd gotten a good long look at the wife, though, and he liked what he saw. Mott had fantasized about goading Wake into a fight, but it hadn't happened. Still, he'd get his chance to see if the writer had anything in him. He'd been promised as much.
The heck? Very, very peaceful. This game's really good at setting a vibe. I like how it can go from a police chase to just, you know, a peaceful morning drive. The middle of nowhere.
With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good.
Is it... I wonder... Did... 32 miners lost a lot? Jeez. I mean, coal mining and stuff like that is, like, notoriously dangerous.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Show up? What?
Wake.
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around by you.
You want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello! Ah! I'm gonna kill him.
I don't.
had to get to Mirror Peak.
I guess I can't blame Alan. This situation, it does kind of blow, huh?
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
Okay. Alright. That doesn't sound good. Oh, I do have all my stuff. Sick. Thermos. They like gave it all back to me. I guess because there would be no reason for me not to have it. I guess they usually, last time they actually had a reason for me not to have it. It's kind of neat. This is all still episode 3. Jeez.
Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse.
We got some parallels between those two and Alan and his wife. So Alan's going to kill people for his wife. Boink. Oh, it's also the same episode. That's why I still have all this stuff. Yikes. Literally gonna possess anything. $16 flares? crazy. Ah, shot a man in the back. That's just not right. Well, you guys just stay in there, alright? Oi! Bah! My bones! Yeah, I mean, you get hit by any of these things once and you're out. Not because you'll be dead, just because your freaking bones are gonna break. Whoa. I don't get, does this thing not want me to get to the guy? I thought the guy was working for it.
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
To find a way to avoid electrocution. Aren't we all? Oh. I like the after shadow. Of enemies that like linger. It's kind of haunting. Also throws you off a little bit. It's kind of cool. Oh no, jeez. Ah! Again, good thing I'm not sensitive to that kind of stuff, or else they would have a freaking lawsuit on their hands. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Oh, that guy was close enough to get killed by that. That's awesome. Huh. Yay. Kind of brutal. Oh wait, was there a car? There was a car here? Is that how I was supposed to get across all that? I did it on foot? Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright. I just... like, no matter how many times this game has me drive, it's just still weird to me in my brain that there's driving in this game. Just seems like such a random inclusion. Hello? Ow. Hello, sir. Easy peasy. Oh. It full stopped me there for a moment. That was weird. Whoa. Man, I'm supposed to make it all the way to some freaking viewpoint. Meanwhile, every single room in this place is a death trap. I feel like I've killed the entire town's populace at this point. How many people? Like what? Like 200 people in this town? I'm at least halfway through. Not including like elderly and children. Don't worry, they're next, but... This looks inviting. Yep, and that's where my story ends. Right here in this abandoned mining shaft. My wife dead, my friend in jail, and me, crazy.
Some of the Taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the Dark Presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
Well, in order for the darkness to create things, so once it takes over people, they're dead. They're just full dead. And then in order for the darkness to do anything stronger than that, it needs the writer to basically create it, but it needs it to create it, him to create it basically out of his own free will. Sort of. Oh.
There was no way the flashbang grenades were standard power company equipment.
I like how every single time you could possibly ask, huh, that's kind of weird that that's right there, right? Alan's also like, that's kind of weird that that's right there. I have no idea why any of this is happening. My name is Alan Wake. I hate Stephen King now. I hate writing. I'm going to be a baker instead. I'm not better than Hemingway. So when do I get a machine gun? Oh no. Nice. So me and my friend have started getting a little bit deeper. Well, we are starting this week to get a little bit deeper into House of Leaves. And it's like immediately, it fluctuates from being like just entertaining to kind of funny to just immediately extremely upsetting.
Jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. all the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent.
He found manuscript pages that probably talked about him doing all of this and then dying. Oops. And then instead of using that as a moment to self-reflect, he decided to make all of it come true. Because at the end of the day, we're all just animals on leashes. You're going to do exactly what you always would have done. Even if it gets pointed out to you. Oh, no. There we go. Coffee! Why is the coffee sitting up on this ledge? Oh no! Oh! Oh my gosh! This is harder platforming than Mario. My knees. Yeah, if you don't know, House of Leaves is basically, it's a horror. I mean, it is horror, for sure. The premise is pretty horrific. It's a little hard to explain the premise. The basic premise is it's a collection.
I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
Ooh, pump action? Yeah. Give me that. Whoa. Yes. Better gun, better person. Which way's the right way? Presumably not. No, this way might be the right way. Other way? Ah. Heck yeah, baby, let's go. It's basically, House of Leaves is basically, it acts as a collection of a recently deceased dead man's writings and scrawlings about a film that doesn't exist. It's a film some dude made of him and his house is not okay. And that's basically, that's not all I know about it, but that's all I'm at liberty to say, because honestly, just even though I'm only like a chapter in, like a chapter or two, I guess if you count like the intro, I would just say read it. I can already tell it's at least going to be entirely worth a read. Whether or not you like horror, whether or not you like reading, honestly. It reads like it reads like it doesn't even read like a book. It reads very much almost like a documentary, whatever the equivalent of like a documentary, but like in written form would be. Flashbangs are OP. I mean, what can I say? Coffee. They have to. I love how much stuff they have to put over. I can open up the fridge, but there's nothing in it. That's the scariest thing that's happened all game. Like how much stuff they have to put over where the collectibles are, because you have to go so far out of your way for the collectibles. Let me out.
The dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
Okay, we got crosses. We got religious imagery.
The graveyard shift may cause cancer.
The graveyard shift may cause cancer? What? How? Hey there, gang. I'm just gonna... Did I kill the other guy? Killed the other guy. Well, that hasn't happened all...
The place was dead. A ghost
all
town.
stream? That's
Had
good.
been for decades, maybe a century.
Oh! I mean, I never know if it's like something being possessed or... Or if it's just freaking physics freaking out. Should run that way. I'll pick this up first.
Things were never as simple in real life as in fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block. Something to fight, something to lash out on. There wasn't. I was filled with doubt. I was nothing like the hero in my books. Alex Casey had gone through his life with single-minded determination, never wavering from his goal. Even now, I was angry at myself, angry at Alice, angry at Barry. I was fumbling and I had no plan.
I mean, honestly, sometimes I haven't written in a long time. Not because I haven't been inspired, just because I haven't been in the headspace to sit down and write. Well, I've written for me and my friend's game. I think that's why, just because I haven't done anything. I haven't done personal art. I haven't done personal writing or anything like that, just because anytime I sit down to make something, I'm always like, well, I should be making something for me and my friend's game, because it's a long and arduous process and there's 20 million things to do, right? So I do relate to that a bit, for sure. Coffee. Okay. That's sick. Ugh. Oh, did I do it? Kinda, sorta, barely. My bones. Please, no more, have mercy. That didn't work. What else is it for? Okay. Throwing some pretty large things at me. Cutscene? No cutscene. Ah.
Anything outside of riding is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
That is not good. Okay, so... well, so the pump action or hunting rifle? I think pump action. Pump action seems too good. I feel like, so what I'm wondering is, Thomas Zane wrote things that corresponded with his girlfriend being taken over by some dark presence. But what I'm curious about is what came first. Was there an entity that was given life by
sent me a text.
Zane?
The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
Well, like, was there some entity that was given a specific form by Zane because Zane wrote about these was basically like an H.P. Lovecraft, like writing about like Lovecraftian like nightmare realms and creatures and whatnot, or was that just what it was? Zane wrote about it, and then Alan writing about it based off of Zane's writings gave it a new life, basically. I don't think I was very clear on that. It feels like a very like chicken or the egg kind of a thing. The music's so good, and we're sitting here fighting crows. It's so funny. See, this really pulled in perspective is more so what they're gonna do in the new one. Like a lot more like a Resident Evil 4 perspective, which is interesting. Hello? Yeah? Hello, wife, is that you?
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain.
Dude, you got freaking demons in your skull. Huh?
Alice?
Alice?
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here.
This was not the right way. But it gave me
the hunters were big,
a thing.
Set men, confident and at home in the woods. They were feeling good, running on beer, ghost stories, and camaraderie late into the night. It did them no good, as they were taken by the dark presence, sucked deep into a darkness far worse than any ghost story they ever told or heard.
The beer fuels them, the darkness consumes them. They're unstoppable now. They're higher beings. They've reached enlightenment. I will have to put them down. The irony of hunters being taken down by their own tools.
Even behind the closed doors and curtains of his grimy room at the Majestic, the local motel, Nightingale could feel the locals' eyes on him, the unrelenting pressure of their judgment. He forced it out of his mind. For all he knew, they could all be under Wake's spell already. You do what you have to do to get the job done. He took comfort from the bottle in his hand. Please, he thought, just let me get through this.
Under Wake's spell? He really thinks I'm doing all this? Well, I guess technically I am. Technically we have willed this into being. Maybe we should blow our brains out. Hello, sir. Would you like to be my friend? Oh, these guys don't even want to be my friend. Ah, my eyes. What's gonna kill me first? The Taken? Or the seizure this game's gonna give me? Dang, this is a long episode. Coffee. I mean, it would be really twisted to find a manuscript of some guy you don't know talking about you, describing you to a T in a way that you don't want to hear, and then talking about how you're going to die, and then everything around you is happening in accordance to that to the manuscript. Like, yeah, you know what? That would screw me up.
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
In order to go on, there was some sort of puzzle in my way. Almost like somebody put it here for me. That's terrible. That's terrible. What's up here? Oh, I see. Ah. My eyes. I'm interested to see if they step up the game with the puzzle stuff, because I know the Alan segments in the second one seem to be more steeped in like puzzly stuff, like putting pieces of things together. I'll be interested to see if that was what kind of puzzles they actually have you dive into in that one. You know, I think I have a theory for the second one, right? Because the question is like, who is this FBI lady, and why is she looking for Alan specifically? Right? Especially after whatever amount of time has passed between this game and that game. I'm gonna say my theory is that she doesn't exist until the game starts. I'm gonna theorize that she is Alan's way out. He writes and creates a person from the ground up that sort of like comes into being. There was a movie I watched that did that. I'm not gonna spoil. I'm not gonna say the movie's name because it was like the whole twist and crux of the movie. Made it. The movie was actually surprisingly good. I think it kind of falls off at the end, but overall, the experience of watching it was very good. But the movie also touched on tulpas, which are a concept in theosophy, mysticism, and the paranormal of a materialized being or thought form, typically in human form, that is created through spiritual practice and intense concentration. So essentially the idea of like, you will something into existence. Like your belief in a thing is what creates it, sort of. Which was very interesting to think about. And so I'm going to say that it's going to be kind of like Tulpa in the way that movie used it, except she's going to be the Tulpa. She's going to be the thing that Alan wills into existence in order to save him. I'll be super excited if that's the case. I think that'll be super sick to dive into. Because the idea of playing a character, if there's any questions, if anybody ever questions, like, you're who from where? And you were sent by what? And she starts talking with this confidence. on the matter, but it like starts to sort like her story, her like quote unquote backstory starts to fall apart the longer the game goes on.
Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Molnir, wench." He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head. "We're on a comeback tour, baby."
No, not Tor. Killing a, I think, innocent woman. Although, I don't remember how things exactly. That's way further in the game, is it? Or maybe it's not way further. That's pretty grim. The like nice old man we met earlier murdering a lady with a hammer. But he's having a great time. And honestly, if you're gonna do bad things, you might as well have a good time. Well, you do so.
Oh, great. Another cable. Just
He's a man of the people. He says what we're all thinking. Ah! I didn't mean to draw my flare. I think this is kind of a if you got it, use it kind of deal. Because I'm pretty sure the chapter's almost over. Help. Ah. Rude. Ah! Holy crud.
Shit.
Where? This train station was so far away. Hunting rifle. Probably have more hunting rifle ammo, right? 17? Yeah, I'll make the trade right now. Now, was that page on Tor? Was that him being crazy? Was that him being taken by... becoming a taken? Or was that just him living his best life? Oh, my eyes. No, stop. What? How did they get to do that? Okay, well, first off, the game blinded me and blocked my path, like literally stopped me from being able to see where I was even going. For starters. Dang, hunting rifle is kind of strong. Cauldron Lake, okay. Oh, ow. I dig the music. It's extremely subdued. It's very moody. Been trying to find a lot of really good, moody, eerie, like dissonant kind of music to listen to while reading House of Leaves. Cause like I could just like listen to any sort of like ambient stuff, but I want some stuff that like feels particularly frightening. Whoa. This is straight up blinding a dude. Woof. So I've been listening to... What is it? There was a genre called Death Dream. So I've been listening to an album called White Death by... Who's the artist? It's White Death by... somebody. Then I've been listening to Desert Sand Feels Warm at Night. That's actually the artist's name. I've been listening to some weird artists.
All of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
The boss wouldn't be happy. Mott's boss? Is Mott working for somebody? Who's Mott working for? I love that it's been so long since I've touched this game that the mystery is going to work on me. Cause I'm genuinely not sure anymore. It's been so long. Which again, another reason why I wanted to play this before too, because I'm like, I genuinely need a reminder of what the heck was going on. Really gonna have to play Control. Ow. Ow, I don't even know how that hurt me. I'm gonna get you, Thermos. Don't you worry, I'm gonna find you. Bam. I'm a man on my mission. Tom? Thomas Zane. Oh, CW is Tom. I miss you, Tom. CW? Is it the other lady? The lamp lady? I curse you, Thomas Zane. I miss you, Tom. Did you write this? You talked to me on TV? What? So obviously Tom is referring to Thomas Zane. Is the other lady? Because Barry said the lamp lady was also involved with Tom in some way. Oh, my bones. Where did you guys all come from? Bam. Feel the light. Bam. Bam. Ah. Woof. Okay, round two. Ow, that did a lot. Such a small fall. Alan, you gotta go get a checkup, my dude. Your knees are that bad? Do some squats, do some stretches. I need to do some squats and stretches. My freaking... I squatted down to pick something up the other day and I like twisted my leg wrong and like my muscle...
I could see Calden Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island
twisted
and the
into a
cabin
knot.
had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
Oh, that's the facility, huh? You know what I do like that night?
Now. I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find.
That Nightingale, I think it said he was staying at the Majestic, but I'm pretty sure, when Alan asked the people at the police station about where he could stay, the lady said to avoid the Majestic, I think.
I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now.
Super foreboding, considering there's no conceivable way that we'd get from what we're doing right now to that situation. This movie, it pulls from so much stuff, because that's super, like, waking up in a facility, it's like super Cure for Wellness vibes.
Hey, you? Wait. Hey, I'm here! I'm coming! No! Get away!
Huh?
Sorry. Please, it's late. The boss didn't know who he was messing with. I didn't know. I swear, I didn't know. We don't
What?
have his wife. We don't know where she is. She's probably drowned. We just said we had her to make him play ball. You see? To get him writing for us. Please. Please. Oh. I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me. Ah. Ah.
What? What? Okay, so yeah, so he's not working with the lady. Well, no, because I guess why? No, because he was fighting Taken 2 as well. Wait, so who's? Is he working with Nightingale? So he doesn't even have my wife. Which, yeah. No, it's Hartman. Hartman's who's Mott. That's who Mott was probably working for. Hartman probably found manuscript pieces too. And that's why he ushered the wife. Said, oh yeah, we need a writer to come over here where we can make writing become reality. Good heavens. This is a grim song.
Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
That makes a lot of that stuff make way more sense. Now we're gonna pause right there, because that's a really good place to stop, and we'll continue this some other time this week. But interesting. So that's why. Because yeah, I forgot about the fact that Mott was also like actively fighting the Taken and whatnot. So that's interesting. There's like human characters getting involved that are like that have their own motivations, but meanwhile there's this actual like cosmic horror beast in the background that nobody stands a chance against. But humans are still trying to, you know, do the like normal human greedy thing on top of that, which is hilarious. It's cool. It's very compelling. I like how they trickle out information. For as many manuscript pages as you find, I feel like somehow the game still keeps trying to still keeps finding ways to like twist the information you know to still surprise you. But yeah, that's hilarious that Mott's like, dude, lady, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what any of this stuff is. Me and the boss was just trying to, you know, make a quick buck. We don't even have his wife. And the lady's like, yeah, I know you don't have his wife. I have his wife. She got gobbled up by a lake. Which, obviously, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Freaking Dr. Hartman. Dr. Hartman wanted Wake to come out to his facility. He spoke to Alice ahead of time, probably planted the idea in her head, or she went to him, like searched up stuff like him, found him, and he saw that as an opportunity. And now he's gonna freaking cure for wellness us. Like it's like, oh yeah, you've been staying here getting treatments this whole time. Obviously, it's actually like more like a lot of other things. I think I love how many different things this game pulls from. It had like a little bit of Shining, a little bit of Stephen King, a little bit of Cure for Wellness. It jumps all over the place, and the whole time, I don't know, it's just a good time. And it just gets better the longer it goes on, because it just keeps getting like wackier. Super interested to see where this goes in the future with the sequel, but super interested to see what Control is like as well. I don't know if I'll record Control. I might. I mean, I don't have anything planned for streaming until Super Mario RPG, which is next month, so I could jump from this game to Control. I don't see why not, honestly. Yeah, maybe. We will see. Until next time, though, if you like this, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified of more things like this in the future. This week, there's just Pikmin 3. I did some bonus game stuff in Pikmin 3, so that'll be rolling out a couple days this week. And then on Friday, I will be doing Mario Wonder. I'm just going to be recording that one, though. That was not going to be streamed. I'll do more streams of this, probably just throughout the week, sporadically. And yeah, so stay tuned for all that in the future. If any of that sounds interesting to you, links in the description of other things as well. I mean, my friend are making a game. Any and all support towards that would be much appreciated. support us by supporting the streams, the videos, and most of all the Patreon. And yeah, until next time, don't forget to be kind and check this game out if you haven't. That's not the right code. This one? This one. Yeah, that's it. This game is, you know, because I was fully ready to be like, I remember this game being really good when I was really young, and I was like being very interesting then. But, you know, looking back on it, I'm like, it seems like it has a lot of jank. I still do think it has a lot of jank, right? I think that it's a pretty... It's a pretty janky game for sure. It's got that PS3 era kind of energy to it. And yet here I am, and I'm having a great time. I'm sitting here with eyes unshrouded, unclouded by bias, and I think it's still just a good time. I think it's very interesting. I think the way that the story carries on is very is actually like oddly compelling. I like the angle. I think the concept and the setup is like really interesting. Of like the idea, because it actually is really creepy when you imagine like all these different characters finding manuscripts that are talking about them, and they're finding out that like horrible things happen to all of them. Like that is pretty interesting. Because I think even Rusty was saying like, oh, it happened just like it did on that piece of paper. Like, and that he read moments before he got like murdered in the woods. And like, it's one thing for something to just randomly jump out, kill you, right? It's another thing to read about it happening, and then it starts to happen, and you realize like, oh wait, there's nothing I can do. Because like this isn't a thing where it's like, oh well, we know what's gonna happen, so we can change it, right? It's like, well, no, even the act of you knowing what's gonna happen, even that's written in the story. You knowing what's gonna happen is written in the story itself, which means there's literally nothing you can do. So you're sort of fighting fate at that point. Very interesting. Interesting to see. I don't remember the DLC at all, so it's going to be very interesting to see how it all plays out. Well, we'll have to see. Next time, though. See you later.